feel like it would be appropriate to tell you a quote by the co-founder of Reddit himself. His name is Alex Ohanian. He is the co-founder of Reddit. He tweets, "The GameStop squeeze is the public doing what they feel has been done to them by institutions." He goes on to say, this is something to believe in. So the founder of Reddit is basically saying, look, Redditors, I'm behind you. This is dope what you're doing. So the Wall Street Bets community, here let me say a few words about them. They are a new, powerful force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. And thanks to technology, they have three major things behind them. These are the three major things that these Redditors, these Wall Street Bets, have behind them. Number one, they got technology, right? They got all the information on the internet and on their phones they could possibly ever need. The playing field is equal. So that's number one, they got information. Number two, they got communication tools, AKA social media, AKA this Reddit community. They got the internet, they can all communicate efficiently together. So those are the two things they got. And number three, they got easy access to the markets. That's exactly what Robinhood is providing with their free trading platform. So you got information, you got communication, and you got easy access to markets. That is a deadly combination where a crew of Redditors can take on Wall Street. And they're using those exact three technology tools. Let me give you another quote. This is a quote by Chamath Palihapitiya, tough name to say, but one of the smartest guys out there. He says, Wall Street Bets is now the largest hedge fund in the world. What? Except it's completely decentralized and entirely democratic. This is very reminiscent of Bitcoin. Let me explain that to you and why this whole story is so powerful. He just said this Wall Street Bets community on Reddit, a freaking community on Reddit, is now the most powerful hedge fund in the world. Do you understand the ramifications of that? Do you understand that this is literally power to the people when it comes to investing? This is giving Wall Street a run for their own money. Pretty powerful stuff. So with that being said, here's my take on all this stuff going on before I tell you how this affects your money. Here's my take. So what I appreciate about Wall Street Bets is they're serving as a check to these Wall Street firms. There's going to be some accountability. This is capitalism at its finest. This is basically saying, oh, you want to do that? Here's what we're going to do. All right, so we're sick of you throwing your weight around with no concern for the individual investor. We have a voice too. So respect to the Wall Street Bets community for making this type of bold action happen. It's pretty unprecedented. Talking about GameStop, let's talk about that stock for a second. So usually what happens in this type of situation, because there is history in these types of situations. So basically in a short squeeze situation like this is exactly what happened. It's a short sell, they get squeezed out. The Wall Street firms had to buy the stock price back at a much higher price. Usually what ends up happening is the stock ends up falling back to where it came from before all the drama started. And we have a case example with Volkswagen back in 2008. They were actually the most valued company on the entire stock market. Obviously things have come back to reality. Volkswagen is doing what they do, but they're no longer the most highest value stock on the stock market. So that's exactly what I think is going to happen with GameStop. I think their stock is going to fall back to reality. So history suggests that no stock can go up forever, and over time the stock price generally reflect the future earnings of a company, aka the price earnings ratio. So that's exactly why I think GameStop is essentially a manipulated stock. It's been inflated and its stock will come down eventually, if not already. But I also predict that Wall Street Bets, they are not done anytime soon. They have now taken their attention to silver, and silver is trading at basically decade high. That's where silver is at right now, and quote me on this, I think that they're going to move next onto Bitcoin. So Bitcoin might be the new darling of this new Wall Street Bets community subreddit account.